for doing so join. I extremely sorry for that, but Prem sir, once again.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vivek sir, for your presence. Even though Pankaj sir is also, the topic is related to Pankaj sir especially because sir having kind of the gigantic presence.
Yes, yes, yes,
The
yes.
way he is connecting people, the way he is approaching to person unknown. So it's required the huge presence, right? So
Yes, yes, yes.
I think you will also correlate this topic.
Yes, yes, yes. Why not? All persons are related to this topic because this is the important part of our life, and without patience, we have no uh, we have growth, creativity, our uh, uh, I think eligibilities because patience make us more powerful uh, to think about to do hard works, how to perform a work in a good manner, how to fight with the uh, problems which comes in front. These all things related with, so patience is very important for all the persons, but sometimes many persons uh, lost their patience in by facing very few problems in front of them. This is not good according to me.
So, Prem, first of all, thank you for good. Today our topic is very good, patience.
Most welcome.
Yes. And actually, patience means what? Some person's patience is a few, and some person patience is a lot. You agree with this?
Yes, yes, I totally agree with you. Patience. So first we need to understand here is what is this proper pronunciation for that? Patience or patience? Patience what? Right. Might be this is also relevant, right? Right, Vivek sir. You also correlate because I thought in our culture or our mother tongue we learn that all show is same. So how we are going to pronounce this kind of correct pronunciation for that? Patience, patience, patience.
It
What is
patience.
this? Patience, patience. Oh, talabisha sense, no? Sense, right?
Yes, patience.
Patience,
Yes.
patience, patience. Correct. Because English is very confusing language
And in
sometimes.
Hindi,
And the Hindi means
hello, Vivek
Yes,
ji,
yes.
in Hindi,
yes, yes, yes.
and in Hindi meaning, what's the word in Hindi?
Sanyam.
Sanjam.
In Hindi, you can say dhairya also. Dhairya
Sanyam.
rakhiye.
Sanyam. Hair.
संयम
Yes.
संयम रखना धैर्य रखना
Also Sanyam. Uh, Sanyam means this is related to, I think, some Sanskrit word Sanyam. because a lot of things we faces when we have to uh, uh, get patience about to do that works, because that work is very difficult, and we lost our patient before doing the work, and sometimes we leave the work in the middle because of loss of patience, because the achievement which the goal is not achieved in with by us in a fixed time. So it is very important to uh, have patience for doing any work, and
Yes.
if we work hard and always believe that we have to achieve our goal, uh, uh, um, it is very surely.
Right, totally agree with you, Vivek sir. It is very important in
And
some
you can say
situation.
that the role of patience in our any success of business, the role of patience is also very good. Yes, Prem.
Yes, yes.
Because sometimes we
In
see that
also job, in
yes,
also
in
job,
anything, it doesn't matter student life, in our
and
business
sir,
life.
and sir, according to me, in marketing job, it is very necessary to have patience.
Yes, yes. Patience is the part of life. If you wanted to achieve your goal, target, you wanted to grow in your life, then you should have these kind of etiquettes in your, in your
Yes, yes,
thought.
yes, 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 yes.
Because some
And
people,
Yes, Vivek ji.
yes, yes. In my profession, I also met a lot of guardians with different type of problems. They came to me regarding fee problem, regarding some examinations uh, problems, uh, and I have to face a lot of problems to clear their doubts. So it is also important in my profession also, the patience, because if I lost my patience, so all unhappy with me, and also with my organization, with my college.
Yes, we can't forget our patience because
Yes,
some
yes,
yeah, one ancient like we know in Mahabharata, Lord Krishna has patience. Then they received 100 abused by which person?
yes, yes.
What's the name?
Shishpal,
Shishupal.
yes,
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 Shishpal,
Shishpal.
Shishpal.
Shishupal, Shishupal something. Because God
Yes,
Krishna
yes,
promised him, I will means patience and क्षमा करना. It's a different language, different word. Yes.
yes, yes, yes. Uh, but if we have patience, so the forgiveness also comes in our nature, because it is also originated by patience.
Yes, because those people has a lot of patience, so they can
Yes, yes, yes.
a lot of wrong work is also neglected by those people has a lot of patience.
Yes, 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 yes. As example, if someone abuse me, and uh, we ignore it sometimes, so it means I have some patience, and it also means that I forgive you for sometimes. But when they abuse uh, much more, so after then it is also necessary to react, because if we are not reacting, so that person knows that he is very weak person. So it is also important to react sometimes, but before after crossing the I think that line which is over than patience.
Yes, as like a second example is God Rama. When they
Yes,
need to go to Sri Lanka, in that time
yes,
they also pray to our ocean God.
yes,
They
yes,
need
yes,
path.
yes,
They
yes,
continue
yes,
2 or 3 days continue pray to ocean
yes,
God.
yes,
That
yes.
they never
They have
accept
much more
accept
power.
his means Rama request.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
They have.
when they angry, yes, Prem. Then ocean God automatic by default present in front of God Rama. So I think patience and angry both role is important in our life.
Yes, yes, you should have all the role because in Kali Yuga, if you are going to survive in this world, in this era, in this 21st century, then you have, chal bal kal tab duniya mein chal.
Yes, 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 yes,
Right, Vivek sir?
yes, yes. I
You
very
should, you should, you
well
should
said.
have some kind of, chali wala activity in your etiquettes. Chal, you should have bulk, you should have power,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes,
So,
yes,
various things will also matter. You should have kind of ability to घुमा सकता है किसी को mold your mold in front of whatever people is standing behind you, you can mold there, you can manipulate them again and again. So do habitual in your conversion lie, you should become a liar.
yes, yes,
All the thing yaar, but who will care about future life
yes, yes,
after doing this kind of thing? No one caring about that life. But right now, as per the kind of philosophy or scripture, you can think about it, and you can sometime you can also observe that some people, some older people, maybe older kind of ancient time people will say you told you that whatever karma you are doing in this era, in this world, Kal Yuga, in initial stage, when you are in young, when you have power, when you have so many things, so youngster era, young age, kind of balavastha, right? So various kind of stage of life also. So if you
yes,
are doing something wrong in this young age, so then you should have to have some kind of scene in this, in this Kali Yuga, also in old age. You should have to gone through your all scene, all penalty, all kind of or God will give you, God will kind of do kind of penalty, or maybe do bad mercy on you. you should have some kind of भुगत के जाना पड़ेगा this kind of thing. And this is right. I think also I can see various people will gone through that situation, bad situation, because the part of life, no one will become always king,
Yes, yes,
right? So graph is always as a market share, like share market is going up, down, right? So
yes,
your life is also going to that. If you think about, you can realize, you can have some kind of life example, life. You can see in front of eyes, your eyes also. In any family
yes,
who will
yes,
also having Raja Bhaiya always in king, not like that,
Ye-
right, Vivek ji?
yes, 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 sir. Absolutely, absolutely right, sir.
So do whatever you are doing. What will be the next result for that? So this kind of thing is going on.
I think one story at present time in my mind, that is appropriate example of patience. That one, it is also related to Ramayana, when Ram, Lakshman, and Sita lived in Chitrakoot, and Lakshman saw that Bharat comes with his army, and they came to he came to the Ram and said to him that attack Bharat, because he is coming to attack on them. But
Yes,
Ram had
misunderstanding. Yes, yes.
patience. They he suggests Lakshman that first you clear all the situations, after then take the decision. That is the patience. But Lakshman hadn't the patience. They always try to um give answer at once. Give
Correct, correct, correct.
I, yes, yes. So
Always
the
in anger mood, right?
yes, 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 yes,
Correct example, correct example.
yes,
Even though you also have all example in your shastra, your you know transcendental book, Gita, Ramayana, various things. Krishna having
yes,
various thought,
yes,
given various thought to Arjuna
yes, yes,
also. So you should learn about your scripture, what scripture is saying to you. What is your dharma? What is your
yes,
karma? Right? What is your uh, role? In which situation you need to adhere this role. So this is
yes, yes, yes,
also you need to carry, and if you are as a mankind good human being, then your next janma, right? For example, next generation means your children is also carrying good manner,
yes, yes,
right? So all is also all bad karma is also affect your next generation also.
yes, yes. Why not? A lot of examples in our society related to this, that parents do bad karms, and the effects will gone to the children's, and they survive a lot uh, different type of problems in their life. So in my village also, so this is also affect our next generation. That's the कर्माज इन संस्कृत जो कर्म मतलब जैसा करनी वैसी भरनी दैट इज द
Right, right, right.
Yes, so Prem, we can say that Lakshman has God Lakshman has less patience compared to God Rama.
yes, yes, according to me, he had very few patients, because
as you example that when Samudra Ram want to pray to Samudra, then also Lakshman want to attack Samudra first, not he not ever of pray.
Right, 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 right. Because their nature was in related to Nag
Yes.
money, or kind of always in Agni Devta wala mindset. Always in fire, fire, do
Yes.
fire.
as like army man, always always on boundary.
Always in aggressive mood.
Yes, 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 aggressive mode, right.
One scene I have also remember when Rama and Lakshman present in Janakpur.
Yes,
Yes,
Janakpur
yes.
for Sita Swayamvar, right.
And
That is also an example of patience.
in that time, all kings not means tell to Dhanush wake up something means how to in hand Dhanush. In that time, Raja Janak told us no any person in this earth, so my daughter will marry to any person. In that time, Lakshman was very angry and they pray to God Rama, give me one permission. I grant me permission. I will break this Dhanush.
Yes, yes.
Right, right.
So Lakshman role is always means they have no patience.
Correct.
So both are the Rama role and Lakshman role. We have which person has patience and no which person has no patience.
So this is the example of impatient, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And second thing also, I like Alkat Chalkat Jai something. Yes. Vivek ji, you know this.
Yes, 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 yes. I agree with you. And one thing I also want to say that a knowledgeable person and who has ability, uh, who has much more knowledge, they are patient. They have always patience. But who are not, who are illiterate, who are not eligible, they have always get always lost their patient very in very few time.
Yeah. So the role of patience is always good
Yes, 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 yes.
because in angry time we take decision is always wrong.
Yes, 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 yes.
Those person has patience. They have means they have a lot of time for thinking what is good, what is bad. So those person has patience. They never what can I say
Yes, yes,
like no loss type thing.
yes, yes.
Yes, Prem. I like those people are traveling or ride a bike in average general speed, and those people ride a bike in fast speed. Yes. So those
Right.
person riding a bike fast speed, so they have less time to take decision during
Yes,
driving.
yes, yes,
But
yes, yes.
but those person riding a bike like general speed, so they have much more time to take decision.
Right, time is for everyone.
Yes,
24 hour is for everyone. But the thing is, who is driving? This is more important. If driving by youngster they are very aggressive towards hurry to reach your destination as soon as possible.
Yes, 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 yes.
Right, Vivek sir?
Yes, yes,
So this is a more important here is who are driving.
yes,
So who are
yes,
the
yes.
driver? So driver is more important. For driver is in middle age, maybe 30, 35, maybe 40. So he are he will know that my destination is fixed. So I know whatever fast I can try, but meanwhile traffic, different barriers is also there. So not required to fast, not required to aggressive mode. Go in aggressive mode. So these kind of mentality or taking having patience by driver. So
Yes, yes.
so the age is also important sometime for driving mode.
Yes, yes, yes. And one thing I also want to add that the goal and the destination is fixed, and the steps and the path are also fixed. So if we take the good manner to find our goals in a slower way, so that is very good for us because we have a lot experience than who get their goal in very few times. Like examples that when a person come in politics and they start from gram pradhan, after then nagar palika adhyaksh, then after some other elections wins, and after then and they reach chief minister, they are much more eligible than who directly reach the chair of uh, uh, chief minister, like Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi. They are not, because they directly achieved the goal and they are very fast moved. And another person like Narendra Modi, they start from very in a very, yes, from starting, and they get their goal by step. So they have much more experience, so they much more know how to rule, how to what is right for our country, what is wrong for our country. This is the thing according to me.
Yes, but Vivek ji, I have also seen example. Suppose I like bank PO exam, yes, and clerical
Yes,
exam.
yes, yes,
Both are
yes,
in
yes,
our society provided, but
yes,
those people complete only clerical job in the starting. They have also right to after 4 5 years 10 years experience they can also achieve as like a manager post.
yes,
But
yes, yes,
yes, second thing is those person has a graduate and they qualify direct bank PO exam, so they have
yes,
also right to as like example 6 months training, and they then after they have right to direct join as like bank PO as like bank manager job.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
path
yes.
is different. Yes,
Yes,
Vivek
yes,
ji. Yes, Vivek
yes.
ji.
Path is different, but hard work is same.
Yes,
Because that person who directly achieve that post, that person work hard much more than the clerkial, and clerk uh, after getting the job, they doing different type of jobs in their area. After then achieving experience, after then they achieve the post of. So hard work same, all of these, but the way is different.
yes. As like Vivek ji, suppose any company director role and one staff role,
Yes, yes,
both are coming same time. Yes,
yes, yes,
but this is the mind game.
Yes, yes, yes. Also, yes, yes. This is depend on mind also. I
Because
agree with
time is expanded by both. Director is also expanded 8 hours, 9 hours per day, and one staff is also expand 8 hours, 9 hours.
you. Yes, yes, yes,
But difference is mind,
yes,
what
yes,
they think, what they doing whole day.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, Vivek ji.
Yes, yes, I agree with you, sir.
Yes. Prem is totally silent. Prem, you are busy right now. I think Prem is doing twin one work. Yes.
At same time.
Yes, because they need to prepare food, something
Yes.
like.
Hello.
Yes, Prem, you are enjoying bachelor life, so I told to Vivek ji, Prem is doing twin one work in same time.
No, no, no. Right now I'm in Papa location, so not an issue. So not in traveling.
Sir, one day you provide us the topic self-dependency because it is also important for all of us. Because if we are self-dependent for all of our work, so it makes us stronger and much more eligible and all these things. So
Yes, yes.
one it this topic is also included that
Sure,
self dependency.
sure. Vivek sir, we have kind of topic list is there in my diary or in my list, wish
Yes,
list. So so please do patience. Please keep
yes,
patience.
yes, 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 yes. I,
Definitely, the topic will come.
yes, yes, I have patience, but I only try to suggest this topic.
Vivek ji shared his opinion regarding.
Yes, yes, this is
No,
my opinion.
no,
Yes.
good opinion, good. So I hope. Uh, uh, so I am sharing that topic. Will that relevant? You guys are feeling relevant or not?
Yes, very good. So every day try to send on group. It will be good to know what's our today's topic.
Yes.
So it will be good to discussion.
Because these topics are totally related to our life and we have to communicate with sometimes with these topics, so it is very important to uh, practice with these topics, and this platform provide us practice for these topics because these all topics are related with our life. और कहीं ना कहीं इन सब की आवश्यकता जरूर पड़ती है, कहीं ना कहीं इस ऐसे टॉपिक आ जाते हैं जहां बात करनी पड़ती है, पेशेंस, हैप्पीनेस, ऑल दीज थिंग्स.
Good evening, Arun. Today our topic is patience. So please say something regarding this because all we have done. It will be good to Arun. You are free. Can you say something?
Yeah, sir. Are you talking with me? Hello. Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Please say something regarding today's topic. Patience. Yes, sir, you are in the train. Okay, no issue. So, Vivek ji, the role of patience we can't forget in our life. So, lastly, I want to say, sometimes situations are different. So, sometimes we think that no, it's a really very good, very bad. So, we have to right to take decision right now. So I think in that time we need to as like one break. Yes, Vivekji, it will be also good
Yes, yes, yes.
because any decision we taken, then after I have no reverse type of decision. So any for any taken decision who means yes no. So in that time we need to once again means think which is good or which is bad. So as per my view, patience is really very good in our life, and we need to for any serious matter we need to
So,
give
Pankaj sir,
yes.
uh, do you ever get impatient any time in your life?
Yes, every day I take patience because
According to today's topic, the second point is, do you ever get impatient? So, I just want to ask you that you regularly have lost your patience
yes,
for
impatient
some.
as like opposite of patience. Yes,
Yes, yes, yes, yes, yes.
so yes, I think that yes now it's a but lastly I think no it will be so every day impatient in my mind is also present every day but lastly we take decision no it's not good for all of us.
So, in under you, a lot of also workers work in your guidance
Yes, a lot of staffs are working. Those
under
are
you.
those are supervisor of our worker. Yes, yes.
Yes, so they have some mistakes sometimes, so you get impatient on him or not.
Yes,
You get angry
I
with
always
him.
to provide him. I am only guideline giving him guideline.
Okay,
Suppose
okay, okay, okay.
company paid 200 supplier. Yes, but
Yes, yes, yes,
last 10 days, last 15 days, last 20 days, or last 1 month. But
yes, yes.
practically it seems that only more than 10 purchase bill are recorded in our accounting. So in that
Oh,
time, I only request to our purchase staffs, please provide this bill on a priority basis because we need to
okay,
IST return file. So for cross check, we need hard copy of bill. But always our purchase staff ignore my message. But my duty is only I provide him a lot of reminder regarding this. So after some days, some reminder, staffs realize that yes, if we ignore his all reminder, then management will take a strong decision. So that
yes,
decision is not good for him.
yes, yes,
My,
yes, yes.
my duty is only suggest,
Okay, okay,
only request. Please,
okay.
please provide this, that.
Okay. So Arunji traveling in the train at present time, he messaged
Okay.
us
So not
a
possible
message.
for them to
Yes,
correlate
yes,
some points on the topic.
Yes, yes, yes. So,
Okay.
which person in your life is the most patient? Uh, According to my point of view, in my family, I am the most patient uh, man of my family because I am in happy mood and never anger with anyone if someone do any fault also, but I ignore it and I try to fix that fault. I try to remove that fault by doing myself some work, and also I am the uh, youngest in my family, so it is also related to this that I am not angry with someone because all persons of my family is elder than me. But in my office, in my college, uh, at that place, I also have patience mostly because uh, that is, I think, that is because of this is my inner nature, internal nature. I always want to have fun. I always want to become happy. And one day I also told to all of you that I am much more related to the spirituality. So this is the reason I am much more patience. I have much more patience than other. So what about you, uh, all of you, sir? Please tell me.
Yes, in my family, I am also very patient person. My big brother is also very. My big brother has also patience. Namaste, sir.
Namaste. How are you all?
Yes, sir. All we are fine.
Very fine, sir, and hope you are also fine.
Yes, I am. Thank you. What is the topic today? What's going on?
Today's topic is patience.
What? Incense?
Patience. Patience. That is
Oh,
in Hindi, dhairya.
wow, patience. Okay, got it. Yeah, yeah, it's a very good topic. Thank you. All right, so you guys continue. I'll listen.
In your
Actually,
family.
we all are completing by our chances, and we will waiting for you and all other our NRI uh, companions.
Colleagues.
So please tell
Yes.
something about patience, sir.
Well, Tulsidas has already summarized it, right? Dhiraj dharma mitra or nari. Is that not his
Yes,
sentence?
yes, yes,
Dhiraj
yes.
dharma.
Dheer, Mitra और नारी
What is the
और
second line?
विपत
I'm forgetting.
समय परखिए सारी.
Huh? What is the second line? I'm forgetting. Dhiraj dharma mitra nari.
हाँ,
Yes, sir.
विपत के समय
Oh, no.
परखिए सारी.
हाँ आपत्तिकाल परखिए चारी आपत्तिकाल परखिए चारी चारी
Yes, yes,
धीरज धर्म मित्र और नारी. So
yes, yes,
basically
yes.
these are the four things which is going to help us, right? That how we there's and and then other thing is that I should say that uh, there's there is two things. One is that you have done your part of karma, and then you are proactively waiting for the result. That is one part, one way of looking at it. There is nothing much you can do about it. So that is like Gita's Upadesh, that you first you have to do your actions. So you have done that, and then now you are waiting for. And if positive results you get it. If the negative result you get, then uh, accept it, because maybe you lacked something in your planning, or somewhere something went wrong, and that's why you didn't get the desired result. So uh, so that is the one part of it. And uh, and the, and the second part is that say when you are in the reactionary mode, that somebody is doing something and you are trying to defend yourself. In that time also you need dharj, and that is what we call it apatti. That is not created by you. Apatti, you are not the contributor. You are the defender in the case of apatti. When the Rama was defending, when Ravan created problem for him, he not went himself and created that issue and war with Ravan. So, so that time of the herds of that time is little different than the first part. So one is the action based. You have done it. The second one is also action based, but uh, your action is now totally on depending your position, and then you have taken your action and you are waiting for the results, which could be like defeating the enemy, or it could be that similar type of reaction, whatever it could be. So, in a relationship, for example, maybe uh, if suppose like two brothers are there and unnecessarily both of them are fighting, and you are defending as your older brother, waiting for the his mind to turn. So you do your part, but basically you are not very aggressive in attacking him or her, but in the relationship. But uh, passively you are doing your things, and you are waiting for them to realize that it was not your mistake; it was their mistake. So mm, I would say that that's what I I see myself that means, but it's very hard to practice, to tell you the truth. It's not easy. It's easy to say. When it comes to, we lose our patience. We cannot even wait. Like very simple thing. If the train don't come on time, you know how many of us we lose patience, right? If it is 3 hours late, do you think we are not going to react? We do. Similarly, the flight is supposed to leave, and then you have a connecting flight. I have been many, many times in that situation. And then this flight is getting delayed, or maybe it got delayed to the extent that I missed the second flight. I'm not going to be happy about that. And then that frustrates me. I have experienced that frustration. So, um, but if you have the more thirds, then probably you can tolerate it better. And so that is what it is. And I think, well, also from the Vedantic perspective, suffering reduction is the unlike we. I was never clear when we say moksha, what does it mean? But I learned in this Vedantic school that um, moksha means liberation from suffering. It's not like going to heaven and be with the gods and enjoy all the apsaras time with the somras. That is not what the moksha is. Moksha is that very practical thing that when something goes wrong, we all suffer. And it Vedanta tells you to understand that suffering. And then if you understand what are the different steps and processes of that suffering creation, if you understand it, then you can you will it doesn't mean that you will not have the hurt. You will be hurt, but your suffering will be less. For example, let's say that if you understand you have to go through a operation, surgery, definitely there is going to be pain in the surgery once you recover. But one way is to keep crying like a little baby that, oh my gosh, what happened to me, and take to the whole world that why I have to go through all this, what did I do wrong. The other thing is that look positively, that this for your benefit, and then also that accept it, that when you go through the operation, this is the result is very bound to happen. It's a reaction of that. That so uh, if you understand the whole system and you accept it, then your suffering will be less. If you become blind or trying, if you become blind or you are blind, and then that suffering has a what you call deeper attack. Like it's more, when you are heating the water, water temperature is different at different time. If you heat it only for 5 minutes, it will be different. When you make tea, if you heat it for 10 minutes, heat content is different, right? So same way, the content of the suffering is different. If you realize all the root cause, consequences, how it happens, all those things, then your suffering will be lower. But if you don't, then pretty much our suffering is deeper. So that is the our philosophical teaching also with us, that how to control yourself in the difficult time, and how to moderate in the very adverse situation. Don't lose yourself. Your composition should always remain as a sthiti pragya, just like Rama was there in all the difficult situation. He never yielded. Okay, that's my 2 cents on page.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And now I see Arun is also joined. So Arun, right now you are in train or reached in home? Arun, can you say something regarding to the topic right now? I think till now is in train. So I have a question. So how can we find that thi- this person has a lot of patience and this person has less patience? It will be possible, sir, because
I don't know that. Maybe I don't think there is a unless you know the person very well. How can you say that, right? So it needs like suppose you have two friends, you have been associated with them for a very long time, and you have seen them reacting under different types of pressure. Then you can tell. I can only tell in that way. I have no other way of. So I can compare a limited number of people in my 360 whom I know for very long time. Otherwise, it's very difficult to figure it out, I guess.
yes, sir. Because we seen that in practically those person doing job in marketing. So I think marketing people has a lot of patience.
Yes, yeah. If you don't have patience, you cannot do marketing
Yes,
because you are right.
doesn't matter. Thousand people said not, no, 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 but but
Yeah,
his job is only request. Yes,
yeah. Because now they have understood the process.
Yes, yes.
They have understood the process. This is the process. People will say no. So
yes,
we
sir.
should always,
Always next call will be opportunity.
yeah.
If they talk, we
One example
suppose
is also, sir, in my mind. That is addition. He had done more than 1,000 experiments. After then, he made bulb and all the. So have much more
Yeah.
experience. patience, because mostly people lost their patience after doing any work more than 2 3 times. But they have patience, they had patience to do, because they only focused on their his goal. So this is also an
No,
example
I
of.
mean, like you said, in any, I mean, in the science, in the product development, it's a very common thing. It's expected that that the product you are making, that will go through several iteration, like three times. Making a prototype three times is essential. Alpha, beta, gamma, we call it, because
Yes, yes.
the very first product is completely like whatever rough thing you can make, and then from there you check form, fit, and function. That's all you are trying to do. So initially you check some form, some fit. Later on you start looking into functionality, then you start looking into different things. So it's called APQP in the scientific world of research and development, which I have been doing just for 30 plus years. So we are used to that one. I was always managing the projects. So all the product development goes through a certain way cycle. There are seven different steps it goes through, from from concept to out of the door. There are different steps, and there are, over the time, engineers and scientists have developed the proto rules for that, and you can search term APQP. Now even I cannot figure out what is the full name of it. It's so much of, and so they have it. If they already know, so it is already, patience is, see, that's another thing. Very good point you raised. So the patience is built in their head, that we don't expect this product to be ready or good at the first time. We have to go through 5 6 times to make it, and then our prototype is ready. Then we start going into the mass production. I mean, not even the mass. First is the prototype, then you make it a pilot line. Like if you want to go into the high volume manufacturing, you don't jump onto high volume manufacturing. You first make the prototype, then you pilot it for smaller samples. Once that is done, then you start doing it at the large scale. That is called high volume manufacturing. That, same thing, you can do it 5 different plants in 5 different countries, just like Intel does it. So, but the research and development happens at one place. There they debug everything until it has to be like up to yield. What kind of yield we are looking at? So the yield target is all, maturity of yield target is achieved in the prototype, not prototype, in the pilot line first. And then once everything is, pilot line is a miniature of the full scale production. Like, instead of doing the 10,000, 10,000 items a day in 5 different factories, you are doing it like 100 only in a one factory, small factory. That is what is the pilot line. So that is how it is being done here, that we first do the research and development, then we push that product into the pilot line in a very limited, there we debug everything, software, hardware, machine issues, all kind of operational issues, develop SOP. I don't know what you call in SOP in India, like manufacturing process and procedures, all the rules of, what you call, a statistical rule like SPC, statistical process control, RFC, response flow check for the failures. I think Pankaj, you are in manufacturing, so you should understand all this, and so everything is developed there in the pilot line, and then now you can call it that your one plane is ready to fly. So now, when you have done one plane successfully, now it has taken trip from New Delhi to JFK very successfully. Now you can say confidently that even I can upscale is to 100 plants. So now let's do that one. So then you increase to the mass production, and now you can incorporate that different countries, different geography, and that gives also a challenge. Do you know that gravitational challenge becomes the first one when you do the international manufacturing, because gravity is in different countries are different. So because of that, same manufacturing process which I have in United States, if I try to take it to Japan, it's not going to work. We'll have to do some changes here and there where the gravitation. So it all these things have been kind of as you do more you learn. So all the manufacturing, or I should say production culture has learned it, and um, that also helps you that you don't lose your patience, because you know that this is what is the process. If I know that first three products is going to fail, it is not going to be good. Just we still developing it. Then everybody on the team will think that okay, that's the normal process, right? It's a normal flow. We don't need to worry about it. Nobody is watching that why your third product is not a good product. No boss is telling you that. So so there I mean, the tolerance is the more deeper you go, I guess the tolerance increases. I would say you become more flexible. What do you guys think?
Thank you, sir. You provide a lot of idea regarding whole and souls thing.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing that everything has the APQP is the really master of all the um product development. Doesn't matter either you are in the software or hardware or anything. You take it. It tells you different things which you need to do at different time, different level, and so yeah, I think what is in
Patience
the,
and confidence is some related.
huh? What?
Patience, patience and confidence. Suppose some people has no confidence, so they have no patience. And some people has patience. No, no, this will be okay. Okay, today is not possible, but tomorrow it will be possible. So we need to some time. So they have patience. So those people know yes, this is right. So they are waiting. I like patience. They have patience. But those people don't know which is right, which is wrong. So they have no more patience, and they taken decision quickly. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
profit or loss.
yeah, exactly. That's why our Shastra says Tamsoma Jyotir Gamaya, right?
Yes.
So knowledge is the king. Always remember that. Knowledge is the king. And basically, um, that's why our forefather, when they developed the society, they gave that four centers of power. I think told you guys this thing, right? Didn't I? So it's very short. I'll just go shortly. So in the society, if you look at it, there are four centers of power. One is the knowledge. One is the janbal, like mass, like Lalu Prasad is telling, or Malayam Singh is telling that we have the population with us. OBC is higher in numbers, number game. So that's called janbal. Two, third is the paisa, money power, and fourth is the powers is the source of power is like political power, satta, right, or military power, whatever you want to call it. So our forefathers were very smart. In the Western world, they don't have this concept. We were very smart in India. They developed it. That everything, all kind of. If you look at if you have power, and somebody asks you where the powers come from, then you can tell that power comes from these four things only. And they made certain group of people uh, a custodian for each kind of power, and they kind of made sure that one set of people don't have control over different source of power. It is distributed. So that's why if you look at the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, take a square like your telephone. You can think about on telephone, put it on the flat surface of your telephone, not upside down, and then one corner of the four corners of the square or rectangle. One is Brahman, one is Kshatri, one is Vaishya, one is Sudra, and basically what it tells you that you need all these powers to coordinate with each other and work so that society can function. If you have imbalance in all these four, one way or other, imbalance, society will not properly function. So knowledge is very important. And so if knowledge you have that, hey, why it is happening, why it's not happening, then you will have peace of mind. You will tolerate it. Even if you fail, you understand that this is the process. This is the very first time we are making this product. It's bound to fail. What is wrong? Why do I have to be upset about it? So, but if somebody who doesn't know the whole, who doesn't have the skill, and he will say that my God, product failed. Suppose if that type of person comes as a chair, he will start thumping the table. Why do you? What kind of R&D team is this that who cannot even produce a thing? Okay, so yeah, knowledge is always the king. More you are knowledgeable about everything, your decision making process is um, better, and that's why the focus in this country is based on data based decision making. We call it. They don't make any decision based on whim or um, nothing like that. Or big boss says it. That is a bogus decision making. Engineering decision making is that you have everything in front of you, and then you analyze it. What are the plus? What is the minus? And you basically you take calculated risk, and then you go ahead with your plan. That I'm going to do it, and these are the risks. If you have taken the calculated risk, if everything is within that risk, you succeeded in making your right decision. Sometimes, if your success rate is 80%, you are very good at it. But you are not going to be successful every time. So if you fail few times, that's okay too.
Yes, sir. So we need to do means it will never
Yeah,
stop.
yeah. Also, um, I think it's not exactly related, but maybe. How many of you have done since you are in the production and somebody who is Prem is in the banking? Have you guys learned lean engineering in your MBA course or somewhere? You or engineering probably they don't teach it undergraduate in India. Lean engineering, have you heard it?
I
Have anybody taught you?
I seen in lean management something.
Yeah. So what do you know about that? What do you understand when you see that?
No, actually, last time I seen in my company also provided something regarding lean to control our company's all rule and regulations something.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so this is the problem in the Indian system that most critical skills are not taught even to the managers like you guys. Uh, the difference here is that all the critical skills are taught right away as soon as you jump into management. Okay. So what is lean? Lean is it is a Japanese invented technology which is applicable anywhere in government or in banking or private sector or manufacturing or software. Uh, Basically, what you are trying to do is that you want to reduce the waste of reduce all kind of waste, and then you want to continuously improve your whatever you are doing. It never ends because, as you know, the rule is that if you do any manufacturing process, any input, uh, output divided by input, if you take the ratio of the two, you know, you are never going to be one. Like you, that's the rule, right? So efficiency in the production is never 100%. Whatever is the input you are giving in anything, you expect everything to be, there is no waste. It's not possible. So you are going to waste something. That's why when you convert electricity from one form to another, there is a waste. All those things, you when you convert machines, there is a waste. So now the question is that waste, yes, but I want to minimize that waste. How do I do that one? And that is where the lean technology comes into play. So there are very simple rule: plan, do, check, act. PCDA, plan, do, PDCA. Yeah. So you imagine in the circle, you put a 4 points in every quarter. Start with any place, doesn't matter where in one cycle you are. Let's start with the plan. So suppose you have a production going on. So you want to we want to see. Let's say that whatever is your yield, or you're focusing on yield, and then so you have a plan that your yield should be so and so. Let's call it 85% to begin with. So plan. You have to plan that how I'm going to get 85%. You will put everything, manufacturing, resources, whatever you need, machine, blah 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 blah. You do it, and then plan do. Now you have done, and now you find that your your goal is 80%, but actually you achieved only 60%. So the question is that you didn't get to 20% efficiency more, which you are looking for. So then you do at that point, why I didn't get it, uh, what was the wrong with my plan. Yeah, there are two things wrong with the, could be that your plan was wrong, that you have very high expectation, like Bihar government. You plan that your flood control will be 100% done, but actually, so that was a poor planning. That was not based on data. You kind of falsified it, the target, and that's why you say that, okay, you try to please your manager and you come up with a plan based on everything, all the factors you in the check. Your plan should not have been 80%. It's having maybe 65%. But you show to your manager that we'll get 80%. You looked like a hero, so you try to give that impression. But anyway, so now it came on your face. Reality is reality. It doesn't hide, right? So it came up that, oh my gosh, the real worth is only that it is only 60%. So now your goal is that, uh, so you have planned, then you do, and now you are checking and you're finding 60. Now you have to do the act. What you do, you sit together, you are doing after action review, you are reviewing what went wrong, what went right, and everything you assemble it, and you put it together in another plan. Okay, that now you are in, that you are making few changes. All those changes are in the next plan. So now again the cycle begins. Now this time you are doing the plan. So you're this new plan, and then after that you are doing the proper actions. Again you are checking it, and then cycle goes on and on. So this time maybe you went up from 60% to 62%. So like that, every time you do, you check that where is the problem, and you try to figure out the root cause why you failed. You have to come up with, there are many ways to problem solving. Most important thing is that we call it model based problem solving, which is basically the same thing. You kind of and try to understand. That's why it's very important. You have to understand. You have to be knowledgeable about manufacturing or whatever you are doing. That where possibly we could be losing the efficiency, or what is the reason for the failure, and then you have like two, three models of the failure, and then assuming that that model is correct, you try to do the production, and then you can see that the result which you are getting is validating it or not. That's how you do it. And then once you have really found the root cause by one of the model, you begin with, you have several models, and then once you validate it, then you have the root cause. So now you go and find the solution for that root cause, that why it is happening. Say, for example, I'll give you an example that uh, you know uh, you see that your you when you drive, every time you do the long distance, you go to run the Bharat parties, suddenly your tire flats on the way. And so now you have to figure out, why is that happening? Am I very unlucky that my tire always becomes flat and I always miss my Bharati? And then when you do it after accident, then somebody will tell you, maybe that, hey, you should check your car before you go to the Bharati. You should see the air pressure in the tire, if it is good, tread is good, all those things. Your tire was, every time you have gone to Bharati, I see the trend. The tire life is, let's call it 40,000 miles, and you have already driven that tire to almost 38,000. So it is almost ready to fail. And then you are taking that car for a long distance Bharati. What do you expect? You didn't know this knowledge, and he gave you, that expert gave you, in the lean guy gave you this information. So now he's telling you, look, next time when you go to the Bharat, before that you take the car for maintenance, check the mile. If it is not less than, if the mile is like below 30,000, fine, take it. If it is above, replace the tire and then go with it, and let's see what happens. So now you have done that one, and this time there is no failure in your car. You are doing fine. You have entered the Bharati, you are happy, you are dancing there. So this is how you do it in the lean. Plan, do, check, act, and do search. And then there are three different rules for that one. This is another name for, it's called standardization. So manufacturing, like standardization, is like, there are four different shift operation, for example, and there are four different machines. So you have so much variation. Now, how do you, what you do to get the same result out of the four shift operation on four different machines? So that is what is called lean standardization. You do. There is another lecture for that one, and you can achieve that. So that every shift can produce the same way. Otherwise, imagine, or let's make it more blunt, that there are four plants. One is Pune, one is Bombay, one in New York, and one in where is the, let's call it Gautam Budh Nagar, something like that. Four plants, and what we see is that always the products which is coming from Gautam Budh Nagar plant is excellent, excellent. Now the 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 thing which is coming from Pune plant is always worst, and these two are in between. So now what is happening? Somehow customer service, they spill the bin out, and it is known to the customer. Now customer will start calling you that, I want your product which is produced in Gautam Budh Nagar plant. They, I don't want your product which is made in New York, made in Pune, or made in somewhere else. I want that product. What you are going to do? Shut down the other three plants? Tell me. You guys have to do homework. Tell me the answer. I am your customer. You have four plants. I am telling you that I don't want any product from your any other plants. This is thing. So now you have a big risk. You have three plants which can potentially go to idle because there is no taker. Because you are lucky if that customer is not telling that that thing to uh, other customers. Sometimes they have a conferences and they tell each other that, oh my gosh, ABC plant has, I had very bad experience with them. I was getting their product from four different plants, and I found out that only thing that works in my manufacturing as an input is the one I get from the Gautam Budh plant. So I have put a um, um, supplier quality SCAR. Have you heard of SCAR? Okay. Supplier Corrective Action Plan is called SCAR. So this ABC company have put a SCAR on them that I am not going to, you cannot send me any more product from the other three plants. I'll get only the product from this plant, and whatever max and mean. So now what happens? The other, you were for not like this, but some other customers have been telling you. So now everybody, you had already previous booking for this plant, and now he's putting restrictions. So suddenly now you have to expand this plant or do few things. You are in the panic mode. Now that is will be the real test of your courage. You tell me what you are going to do. Prem, here is the crisis. So, and
Yes,
but
yes, yes.
okay. So
So
how do you
we
handle?
can outsource, no sir?
Now, outsource is completely. If you outsource, you cannot do it because now they have to. You have to validate that plant. Outsource means you have to start another new plant, which you don't know how that is going to react. So you are better off that you have other three plants right now, which have almost production. There is some glitch somewhere. They can make this product, but the problem is that their product is not meeting the customer requirement 100%. It may be meeting only 90%. So you are off by 10%. So now you have to figure out that either you shut down the other three plants and expand this capacity of this fourth plant, Gautam Nagar plant, to 2x and 3x, transfer everything from there, revalidate it, or do something about it so that uh, still uh, you can make use of them. And it's not easy because the people who are in the California, New York plant and Pune plant, they are not willing to go. They have their children, their family, wife is working for some other companies. Do you think they are willing to, if you tell them that I'm going to transfer you to the Gautam Nagar plant 2 months from now, do you think they will say, I'm ready to go? They will say that most likely I'm going to resign because my life is here. I can easily find another
Right,
job.
right.
So, so that is not the solution. Transportation, you cannot simply transfer the machine. It's very expensive from one place to another. You have to deinstall, then you have to install, then you have to qualify them. So that's also very expensive. So these things are, and starting a new plant means you have to do the APQP with the supplier. Yes, you can start a outsources, but outsource when you do it, there are rules for outsource when you do it. Suppose if you are making 100 products for thing, then normally what you do is that if your demand is fluctuating, um, uh, then what you want to do is that you want to make only 70 because you know that you have a guaranteed demand for 70 product. 30 sometimes it is there, sometimes it is not. So you outsource it. When you need it, you tell them that okay, send me 30 products. When you don't need it, you don't have to pay for it. So that is the thing. But at the same time, you have to qualify that plant, that outsourcing plant. They have to be equal to you in everything. Then only they can produce product like yours. Otherwise, they will fail. So then customer will say, forget about this one. So so basically the
Because
answer
sir,
answer so answer
because
of that
sir,
my
um, because sir, as I observed that various Mahindra kind of company having various plant in kind of Pune location,
yeah.
Pimpri Chinchwad, but not that kind of Mahindra company is having all the setup by someone else, but authorized by Mahindra.
Yeah. So basically what the answer is for all these cases is that you have to standardize the procedure of production. Okay. So there are many aspects of the standardizing. For example, let's say that in the production process there are three machines. Okay, so there are steps. So that machine one, machine two, machine three. It goes from, this is the sequence, three machines in the production in all these four plants I gave you. And so there are process steps on the machine one first. There are maybe, let's call it for easy sake, there are four different steps. Uh, let's call it machining, then cleaning, and then measuring, and then you can call it packing. Let's say very simple. And then it goes to the next plant for second level of machine. Let's call it you are flattening in the first case. or you're cutting it, you're removing the edge of the a circle, for example, you in the first place. So you did cutting, and then cleaning and everything, because it is a mechanical work. Now, second machine is now going to do that. Let's say the next operation, maybe what should I say? Let's call it deburring, like or something, some other operation. Deburring is good, like very sharp edges. They are going to remove it. That's what they are doing in the grinding operation, for example. Again, they will have to be cleaned, their pack. So this is so that, and then third one is that, let's call it that you are further making some changes into that piece of work piece, making it some kind of attachment you are adding. Let's say that you are adding another material on top of it. Just like you see in the car, different parts have many many combined materials or adhesive, or maybe you are assembling two pieces there, this piece and another piece. So there are these three steps. So now you have to analyze that where am I failing. I mean, how best way to do is that the four steps. You have a good plant, which is in the Gautam Nagar plant. You review all the data, all the processes, all the parameters of production, how you are doing it, everything. And then you exactly compare with the other three plants. And then you figure out, you will that what is wrong with the other three, why they are not. Your goal is to make now the only way you are going to survive is that you have to make the copy exact. Means the way you are processing it in the Gautam Nagar plant, you want the other three plant to be a copy exact. That is your ultimate goal. So for that, you will find all the deviations, and then you will figure out that how can I bridge those, how can we eliminate that deviations. So that will be your quality and process engineer's job, and other job, everybody else involved in this standardization. That all you destroy all the deviation, no deviation than this plant. So all the specifications are there, the same for every step. You tighten that one, you tighten your SPC chart. Even whatever is the specification you have in this plant, you make it even tighter in the other three failing plants. And then gradually you do. Maybe that's not enough. The training is a problem. So maybe you will have to fly those operators in from this plant if you find that they are not able to exactly do the way you're supposed to do. If that is the observation, they work side by side. This you send them engineer who is monitoring the work, or the operators who is doing the job, to Gautam Nagar plant to learn from this guy here how they are doing it. Because there are some tribal knowledge. Always, you cannot put everything in manufacturing on a piece of paper and don't expect that operators and engineers are able to comprehend it. So there is some tribal knowledge. So maybe there was some miss in the tribal knowledge, and that is what is causing the difference. So you one by one you figure it out, and then that is what is called standardization, and then you become equivalent. So that is what is called lean technology. So this whole everything which I told you is under the lean technology. Now guys are expert. And there is a word I'm forgetting. It's called, the short name is teamwood, and you can search. It is a very old word, and now they have changed the name. It is more on the S now. 5S they call it, 6S or 5S. But in my time, in early 80s, we used to call teamwood. So T is, for example, time of processing. So what are the different waste which you have to eliminate? So like time, teamwood. So T is time, I think. I'm forgetting now. TEAM. Everything has meaning, which I cannot remember. Teamwood, WOOD. One of the O is, I remember, is like overproduction. Overproduction is that you need a surface finish of something very rough, and if you are trying to make very fine, you are wasting your um, time and energy, because Customer is not paying you for that kind of surface finish. That's called overproduction. You know, uh, if let's say that I have a $10,000 car and another Mercedes car is $80,000, and you are making parts, some nut or bolt for both cars. Um, if if you are giving me the same quality parts for both, you are not getting paid from me the same money which you would get it from the Mercedes, and so you are losing money in a way. If you are giving me that quality part to me, I'll gladly accept your part because it's good for me, a very fine quality part. But hey, I could have managed with that with a lower quality part. So what you did it, you did you are giving me a part which has gone actually over processing. I don't need that kind of surface finish. But so it is like somebody is asking you to give silver coin and you give them a gold coin, right? Uh, so I'll take it because I paid only for silver. So why not? I will take your gold. All right, enough, enough discussion on lean today, and that's today.
So thank you, sir. You provide a lot of idea regarding lean.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. New idea, new lesson for all of us to understand, to learn, to apply in our life.
Yeah. Uh, you know what you can do? I have been trying to do one lean at home. It didn't work, but maybe you guys try and see if you guys are successful. So the lean is also that you organize everything and keep it always organized. For example, um, you know, say in your home, I'm giving you example of your home. In a dryer, we have place for what do you call um, knife, fork, and spoon, right? Three things. So I'm sure you guys all have a kind of divider, a small plastic divider, where you keep knife, fork, and spoon. All right. It's all in the small shop. So if I am following the lean rule, I will put knife, fork, and spoon in one order, whatever order I want, and then I would expect my all family members to, whenever they clean in the machine, they all put in the same order: knife, fork, and spoon. In three खाना जो होता है उसका तीन खाना रहेगा, तीनों खाना में एक में डालो knife here. And then so and then basically it is not scattered, पूरा फैला हुआ नहीं है टेबल पर या इधर उधर. They have always a place. It's like your car has a place. Garage is the place where it is always there. If it is not being used, it's not like anywhere. Similarly, those three things have their place. So I have been trying to practice this lean at home, but it never works at home. Maybe you guys try it and tell me if it works. Do some experiment that if family members follow the rule that everything should be very organized where it belongs, so that next time you'd be surprised that there are shops, the big shops, they have chain like 50 hundreds and 200, 500 stores. But if you go to those stores, whether in California or in New York, you will feel the same as soon as you enter. Like there is a you guys can do a tour of Walgreen, for example. There is a very famous corner shop, चौक का दुकान जिसको बोलते हैं ना, सब छोटी मोटी चीज के लिए चौक चले जाओ और ले आओ, उसको यहाँ पर बोलते हैं Walgreen. You guys can do the tour and try that Walgreen, California, Walgreen in New York, Walgreen, Chicago. You will see that all stores are built the same way. Layout, internal layout is the same. As soon as you enter, whatever is the first aisle, doesn't matter where you go. You will first aisle have like cosmetics and all these things, ladies stuff. Next to aisle full of that. On the left, you will always see that. On the right hand side, if you enter the entrance, you will see the customer counter where you pay when you have picked up your stuff. and then other stuff. So I'm just giving you. So every any store you go, you will see the same internal design outlet. Okay. So you what happens? Your brain is used to that one. Brain likes a regular. We don't want to do too much of deviation, so brain becomes happy. And I know exactly when I go to Walmart, doesn't matter whether I am in one town to another. Suppose if I have to get something, I don't have to search it. I mean, sorry, in this dukan, right? I know exactly whatever this dukan has, which thing is where. So all the customers, they have idea about it. ये चीज यहाँ पर तो सेल्फ सर्विस चलता है कि वो चीज कहाँ मिलेगा, दूध कहाँ मिलेगा, दवाई कहाँ मिलेगा, सर्दी जुकाम का दवाई कहाँ रहता है। तो मान लो हमको एक ही चीज कुछ दूध ही लेना है, आई विल गो एग्जैक्टली, दौड़े दुकान में गए, गाड़ी को पार्क किया बाहर में, फटाक से एक जगह जहाँ पर उसका दूध रहता है, सीधे लिए काउंटर पर आए, निकल गए। अब ये नहीं है कि भाई तो पूछ रहे हैं, अच्छा भाई दूध आपके यहाँ कहाँ रहता है होता है ना, अरे भाई दूध कहाँ है, आप दूध आप किधर रखते हैं। सो नथिंग लाइक दैट। तो ये वो क्या है, उन्होंने लीन किया हुआ है, उससे क्या होता है, सबकी प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ जाती है। एज ए कस्टमर हमारी प्रोडक्टिविटी, उनको मालूम है कि दूध कहाँ पर होगा, दवाई कहाँ पे होगा, हम किसी से पूछ नहीं रहे हैं कि उनका टाइम नहीं खराब कर। जब आप पूछते हैं 5 सेकंड के लिए कि भाई दूध कहाँ रखते हैं आप, अगर ऐसा दुकान, देसी दुकान का कोई शॉप हो, तो जब आप कस्टमर आपके साथ गप मारेगा पूछने के लिए, तो एज ए एम्प्लॉई आप तो पेरोल पर हैं, तो यू आर, कंपनी का पैसा आप खर्च तो कर ही रहे हैं। अब यहाँ पर क्या है, वो पैसा खर्च नहीं हो रहा है उसका कंपनी का। सो दिस इज सेविंग, दैट इज वेयर द टीम वुड कम इनटू प्ले। उसका पढ़िए आप लोग कि ऑल कैसे कॉस्ट को कंट्रोल किया। तो कॉस्ट कंट्रोल इज वेरी गुड थिंग। यू गाइस हैव हर्ड अबाउट चैट जीपीटी, राइट? That is what is the reason it is so popular now, because the cost control. Everybody is trying to do the cost control. Why do you think in America the software become very important? Thanks God software became important so that we all Indians could do the job in America and everywhere, because of the automation is needed for the productivity. Everything is automated. The more automation you have, the less labor force you need, less people interaction you need, and that's how you increase the productivity. सबसे बुरा होता है employee, in the sense we are very expensive people. So if हमारा काम अगर मशीन करने लग जाए, that's what we like. और इस कंट्री ने उस फार्मूला को अपनाया है। That's why everything is mechanized यहाँ पर, सारा कुछ, and more still they are not happy. They are saying that अभी तो शुरुआत ही हुआ है, और यहाँ पर तो है जो आप सोचते हैं वो कंप्यूटर को बताना चाहिए आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है। हैव यू एक्सपेरिमेंटेड दैट? एक पोटेंशियल कोई वर्ड डालो तो कंप्यूटर अपने आप यहाँ को इतना हो गया है कि ऑटोमेटिकली आपको रिप्लाई देगा वेरी क्लोज टू व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू राइट। अब सोचने की
Right,
जरूरत है वो वर्ड है।
right. AI is booming right now.
हाँ, अभी अभी एआई ने जो है सबका, तो अभी यहाँ पर भी लोग तालका मचा रहे हैं, भाई सबकी नौकरी खा जाएगी एआई, क्या करेंगे हम लोग, राइट?
He knows each and every answer.
या तो यही है। चलिए फिर, ओके, यू गाइस हैव टू स्लीप नाउ, आई थिंक इनफ फॉर टुडे।
Yes, yes, sir.
गुड नाइट, गुड नाइट,
Good night, sir. Bye, sir. Take care, sir. Thank you so much for joining.
बाय,
Thank you so much, sir.
बाय।
Bye.